Good morning, wanderers, and welcome back to Bullet Wander, and happy day to you if you celebrate it. I'm not sure if it is an actual celebrated holiday, but today is the 6th of June, and it's of course the 78th anniversary of the D-Day landings in Normandy, which, spoiler alert, brings us onto the main topic of today's video. You're joining me from Chamor, but before we get into that, I had a few comments on the last video requesting to see some pictures of the finished Vespa being built, so there it is. What a fine little model it is. A perfect desk piece or for your shelf or what have you. But anyways, let's get on to the main topic of today's video. You wouldn't believe when I left this morning that it was grey and overcast. And I'm slightly... Normally we take a spin down the prom there, but I have a feeling I'm going to be stuck and melting, so let's get out to the right here. You can sneak off. So the title of this video is something to the effect of Summer Plans with my Bullet 500, and that's what we're going to talk about today. And if all the earlier contextual clues didn't give you enough of a clue, I'm going to be taking old Daisy Bullet across the Atlantic a little bit, and we're going to Brittany. 3 weeks, sun and sea, French country, another word that rhymes with E, and it's going to be fantastic. When I started this channel, I think in one of my earlier videos I mentioned how that's one of my overall plans, and why not now? You see, the nature of the animation industry, which is a phrase I hate to use but have to use a lot, is that you're working project to project, so there tends to be a lot of lulls in between, which can be a bit spooky. You know, being a bit unemployed for a while. So there'll be a bit of a lull in between works. Might be starting another job at the end of August again, so that's the best case scenario, but nonetheless I've saved a bit of money aside to go on a 3-week trip to France. Just myself and the Bullet, and my dad will be joining me on a Z900 at the latter half of it, and just me, myself, the Bullet, and of course you, the viewer. I'm going to make a video of it. The general plan would be I'll film every day, but obviously I won't get to edit or, you know, put together any of the clips of that until the very end when I'm back. So my plan is I'm going to do something I guess I'm going to call letters from the road or postcards from my Bullet 500 or something like that, where I'm just going to make videos as I go as well. Just a quick update. Where am I? What am I doing? And keep the channel going when I'm gone. That will mean less historical videos, at least Irish ones, but as we're going to France, you can bet that I'm going to be going to all the historic sites and all the beaches in Normandy, and it's just going to be a great time, and I really can't wait. And I've only been out of the country once since COVID, and that was to Edinburgh, which was lovely, but France, that's the dream, you know, at least for someone that's like into France. I suppose. Oh, look at that lovely Fiat. I'm not sure what I'm going to title it yet. I have a few working titles in mind. Backroads of Brittany, Around the France in 80 kilometers an hour speed, The Gret Adventure, because Gret is a nickname that I have from my family for whatever reason. What else? The French Adventure, The Frencher Adventure, and many other working titles. You'll find out in a couple of weeks which one I eventually settled on. But there's been a lot of organisational stuff I've been having to do for it, as understandably you would. As it'll be my first time going solo abroad and taking my motorbike abroad and driving on the wrong side of the road abroad. I have done it here. So, in the next few weeks, I think I'll upload some videos about that sort of end of things, you know. What are the road requirements in France, what things you need to bring, what are the rules of the road, and insurance and stuff like that. So I'll be leaving the 14th of July that night, going on the ferry, getting off in Cherbourg, and then Cherbourg I'll be staying in St. Mary-Église that night, just because I don't want to do too much riding on my first day, at least going too far, because it's only, what, 40 minutes from the port, I think. And then the next day I'll be staying somewhere close to I think I'll be staying in Caen. After that, it's a bit of an open book. I have a few things planned I want to do myself. There's like an air show going on, and there's also, if you ever read the Tintin comics, there's a mansion in those comics that's based on a place in France, and that place actually has a Tintin museum, so I'd like to go see that. There's also a steam train that you can ride, but I think I'm going to try and chase alongside it, because wouldn't that be fantastic, you know? Two dinosaurs still alive today, side by side. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. A lot of you have probably / definitely gone abroad to France. If you're in the UK, it's easy as pie for you. Just get the Channel Tunnel, go across. But I'd love to hear from you. Have you been to France before? Have you got any recommendations from me? My general route is all of Brittany, then down to Bordeaux to pick up some wine to send home, and then back up to Normandy, where I was spending the last week with my dad, touring around the beaches, and it's just going to be a great time. Mont Saint-Michel, can't wait to go there. But if there's any hidden gems you had, or places you'd recommend to stay, I'd love to hear it. I've only booked a few accommodations so far, because I don't want to be too tied down. But as it gets closer, I'm going to book more and more. I've been checking the prices and stuff, and they stay roughly the same on Airbnb. But yeah, any recommendations for places along the west coast of France, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, I'll be having a few normal videos on the way in the coming weeks to it. Because of course, you know, especially with weather like this, I'm going to be going out in the evenings and finding some local gems in Ireland. Naughty. I'm also thinking maybe of bringing a tent so that I can camp cheaply somewhere on the go, spur of the momently. Mr. Janner Fox was kind enough to send me on a book. You know Tim, 40 Times Around. It's a book he wrote about motorcycle camping. Is it called The Art of Motorcycle Camping? I can't remember. But I'm really enjoying that read, and it does have me tempted to bring my tent along and pitch it. The thing is, just charging GoPros and phones, that kind of thing is what has me apprehensive about it. So I might do it like the odd night. I do have my battery chargers, which I famously bragged about in a different video. So it might be a case of bringing a metric ton of batteries, AA batteries, with me, and just swapping out all the different things to charge overnight. I would like to minimize the amount of electronics I'm taking. I've been experimenting, as you know, with the GoPro and microphones and things like that in the last few videos. Finding the best setup. At the moment, it's all pretty self-contained in the helmet, because I don't like having wires drooping out. It's fine to have one for my headphones, but when you have headphones and microphones and car phones and gramophones and everything sticking out. Oh, sorry. There you go. It gets a bit, I don't know, not claustrophobic, but I'd be worried of, as I gesticulate a lot, that I might snag on something, drag my head forward, smack the motorbike with my head and get into a bit of a tizzy. And that would not be good abroad. A lot of Tramore has been under renovation for the last few months, so it's been a long time since I've been able to do a drive-through. My original mission coming out today was actually to get more micro SD cards. That didn't happen. I did check, but I think unfortunately it's cheaper online. I'm in no rush, so I'm just going to order some now when I get back so that I have them. I've also noticed the last few times I've been in Tramore, there's been a lovely blue Royal Enfield Meteor cruising around, and I always miss it. Last time I was parked in that car park checking my phone or something, and I heard the 350 engine puttering away. Looked up and it was gone. Saw it again, but it turned down away a different time, and I missed out the chance to catch up with him. So I'd imagine it's one of you Royal Enfielders Ireland's chaps, but I'm not sure who. But either way, it looks gorgeous in this kind of sunny weather. This is what it's all about, isn't it? Lovely wide open roads, beautiful Mondays, bank holiday off, grass either side of you, blue skies above, daisies and dandelions and whatnot speckling the bushes along the road. Anyways, this video is getting a bit long in the tooth. The point is, yeah, I'm going on a Frencher adventure to Normandy and Brittany and Bordeaux, and I'd love to hear your suggestions for that neck of the woods. And I'm also going to go into better and more detail in the coming weeks about what I'm doing to turn this Bullet 500 into a Bullet Touring 500. Let me know where you've been. Is there any hidden spots that I should go to? In the meantime, safe driving, and I'll chat to you again very soon. Oh, look at those. Speaking of Vespa 125s, wonderful. Okay, well, we'll leave it at that little extra snippet.